The IS-6 is a Soviet Tier 8 premium heavy tank. Plans for this vehicle were drawn up in the construction bureau of the Chelyabinsk Kiro plant from December 1943 to the summer of 1944. Further development and the construction of the first prototype took place at the Uralmash plant. However, the vehicle had no advantages over the other heavy tank designs under consideration, and its armor was seen as inferior to the IS-4, so the IS-6 was not selected for production. In World of Tanks it sits at Tier 8 and it has a premium matchmaking, but let's see what it can do in some gameplay. Hello guys and welcome back to World of Tanks Ace Tanker series. As you can see, today we'll be playing with ToxicAlien in his IS-6 on the map Karelia, and he is going to show us how you should use your IS-6. Well, a great way to use your IS-6, to be honest, because this is a really good replay and a pretty quick one, so stay tuned till the end. As you can see, he is driving his IS-6 to the positions on the left side, so he is not going to take the standard heavy tank position and try and fight off with the tanks. On the right side, that's the positions on the J8, J9 and so on and so forth. On that side he is going to try and push the left flank, so from the C1 to A3, and well, then try to go for the enemy base, and in process of doing so he is going to show us how you should use your IS-6. Now there's a couple of things to note in this replay, so the first of them being that the IS-6 is in a pretty nice matchup here. There are a lot of tier 8 tanks and only one tier 9 on each side, so yeah, this is probably the most even that you can get in the IS-6 when you get to tier 9. You can get to a pretty hard setup in tier 9, so a lot of tier 9s, but this is not so bad. Now, immediately at the beginning we see the weakest point on the IS-6, that's the accuracy of the gun. If I recall correctly, it is 0.46, so really inaccurate gun, even for Russian standards, but when you get to brawl against your enemies, so from a close distance like this one, you're going to have more chance to put the shells into your enemies, really, when you are this close to the enemies, so in, let's say, 50 to 100 meters, even the 0.46 cannot miss from that position. Now, positioning of the enemy tanks, you can see they have the Panther 88, the IS-6 and the cowardly FCM that just ran away. To be honest, I really shouldn't say cowardly FCM 50 ton, but if he stayed there, probably the heavy tanks, so the IS-6 and the IS-3 wouldn't push through the upper part that quickly. He is putting shells into the friendly IS-6, so into Toxic, but well, it is a matter of time when he gets overrun there. Now the problem here is that the IS-3 and the FCM should have been on this corner and helping the Panther 88 and the IS-6 that died, but well, they didn't, and now they are losing this flank. So yeah, you have to watch over the minimap and see where are the enemy tanks, what you can do to help, not just cover behind the rocks like the FCM is doing here. So yeah, now we are seeing the good positioning of the ToxicAlien here. He is in a good position to put a final shot in the FCM 50 ton, and now he is going to, with the T-44 100 and the Korea pattern, just going to swarm the IS-3 from this position. Now, a good thing when you're moving from this position is that you are shielded by the rocks here. You get shielded by the rocks from the tanks that like to camp the base and just shoot at you, so they do not really have the clear shot here. Always try and keep the rocks, so there is a lot of rocks to where you can hide. Always try and keep the rocks between you and the enemy base. You know the standard positions on the enemy side, it's the C7, C8, B7. So yeah, don't try and put some distance from you and that position, and try and put some rocks between you and that position not to get shot. Now you can see that they have successfully pushed this flank. There is 4 or 5 of them here, and they are well expecting company, because take a look at the map. You can see that only 4 of the enemy tanks are spotted. That means that nearly six of the enemy tanks are not even spotted. They are probably somewhere camping, and well, they are probably camping base. Where else could they be? Now they are just now starting to pop up. The AMX-1210 was the first. The Jack Panther 2 is the second, and it is a very hard machine to fight off against. You saw how he just dismantled this Scorpion here. So you have to be really careful. Even though you do not know where the enemies are, you know where the other enemies are, so you can expect from the not spotted ones to pop up just in front of you. And the IS-6 is doing the good thing here. He is going towards the enemy base. He is trying to provide some vision from this position towards the spotting the other tanks. There is the IS. He is trying to find a shot on the Centurion that is in a good position to put side shots on the IS-3 and Karelia pattern. But that IS-3 and Karelia pattern are just trying to brawl against the Jack Panther 2, really not knowing what else is shooting on them now. The things that could be shooting on them is the Centurion, as you saw there, the 110, the T-50 Skoda that is on the hill position on the H7. They are having some good shots here, the Karelia pattern, the IS-3, the tank destroyer from the middle also doing a great job. But they are on low HP, and it is a matter of time when they just drop, because they cannot really hold that position. They are in the open and not really doing much. Yeah, there goes the IS-3 to the Centurion 1. We are seeing here the Toxic Alien just putting a nice shot on the IS. That IS just didn't move and allowed him to put a shot pretty nicely there. Now the problem is he is now left alone. That was what I was talking about, the movement of the Karelia pattern and the IS-3. They went into the open not knowing where the enemies are. Well, the IS was spotted on the top side, so on B0. That means that the other tanks are somewhere probably on the other side and just trying to put shots. Now this T-37 made a mistake. Really, you shouldn't go in your T-37s in front of the IS-6. And also the Skoda is making a mistake here. Now you saw that the first one didn't penetrate. Skoda has 3 shells in the clip, so the second one penetrates, but it is too late for the Skoda. As you saw there, he puts a shot in, the Skoda finishes off, and he's left on 600 HP. That means that the IS and the Type 28 prototype just need to put 2 shots in him and he is dead. Now, many of you ask me, do I play only the randoms, so the standard battle mode or the encounter battle mode or the assault? This is why it is important to play the assault. I really don't know if he is playing assault, but this is how you fight in this corner when you are playing assault. This is how you defend against the enemy tanks that are trying to kill you. You hug this rock, you are side scraping against the enemies, and the T-28 prototype misses you or just blows your tracks and he doesn't do anything, and you put 2 shots into them. So yeah, those standard battle mode and the encounter are pretty important when you take a look at it from this point. Unfortunately, he didn't penetrate the T-28 prototype there. The prototype just puts one through the upper plate of the IS-6. Really a terrible beast, that T-28 prototype, but the IS-6 was able to flank him, put a side shot on the prototype and finish him off. Now once again, that aim time and the aim circle, you can see that the Centurion 1 is in full circle. That's around 500 meters if I'm correct. And well, that was a really nice shot there to do, as you can see in the chat, 6k damage. Now it is a matter of time. When this game will finish, we'll just see at the post-game stats how much he really did and how many kills he is going to get. Is he going to get the Centurion 1? He just ran away from him here. Unfortunate there not to pick up the last kill. Maybe he gets him, and no, the Destroyer Mule gets him. That's a GG, and let's take a look at the post-game stats. As you can see it here, ToxicAlienG had a pretty nice game. He got a couple of medals like Hand of God, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, Shellproof, Steel Wall Medal, Top Gun Medal, and of course the Mastery Badge Ace Tanker. On the team score sheet, we can see that he finished first with 1675 experience, also doing 6 kills and nearly 6000 damage. The second in his team was the Waffenträger Panzerfear, which had 7000 damage, 3 kills and 1200 experience, and to be honest, the 2 of them just carried this game. Take a look at the rest of the team. there is 6 guys that didn't do really anything, and there is 2 more guys that really just had 2 shots, so yeah for the campers. On the third report we can see that he fired 23 shots, of which 19 hit the target and 17 penetrated. He was also able to block 2400 damage for 13 hits that he received, which has given him the Steel Wall medal, and he also scored 55,000 credits with the regular account. As always, if we summarize what we saw in this gameplay now, we saw a pretty nice use of the IS-6. Even though he missed a couple of shots, he really did great because he didn't miss that many, and he was using the IS-6 on the best way that you should use the IS-6, so a brawler tank and from a close distance, so you do not miss the shots. When he was left alone to fight against a couple of tanks on the left side, he was able to use the great armor on the IS-6 and to carry out this game to the end. One important thing to note from this gameplay is that you can, by counting the tanks on the minimap, just presume how many tanks are sniping from the base. And I hope this helps you in your future games. And at the end, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't like the video, you can leave a dislike and leave a comment in the comment section down below what you think about the tank and what do you think about the gameplay that is shown in the IS-6 here. Also, if you don't know what to watch next, you can watch the previous video with the Type 61 and see a fair warning how you can lose your games if you get complacent. As always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, you can do it now. I hope you guys like this one, and I'll see you in the next one.